folks, we've got Nigel with us, and I've just finished the Loganberry. I'll show you that later, but we thought we'd clear this area to start with, and Nigel's had a quick look around and he's spotted one or two interesting things. So
yeah, let's go across there first of all.
Okay.
There's a strange looking blackberry plant. Now the fruit wasn't very spectacular, they only look fairly ordinary, but this is the leaf of the blackberry plant. Just look at it.
Yeah.
It's actually it looks more like a raspberry leaf. And look at the thorns. There's hardly any thorns. You've just got a tiny little spike, about one every inch. One there, look. One there. One there. And here's where the fruit was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is clearly a seedling, either of a blackberry or more likely a cross between a blackberry and a raspberry, but it's actually forming blackberry fruit.
Okay.
It's a curiosity.
It's
not worth
yeah.
anything, but
No.
it's just interesting to see what can happen. And we've noticed something unusual on the potato plants here. First of all, remember it's September the, what is it,
25th.
25th.
Or 26th,
And
yeah.
just look at the leaves on this potato plant. There is no blight. There's new leaves there.
Yeah.
And all of the potato plants nearby have gone down with blight and been dug up a long time ago.
Back in July, weren't they?
Well, in fact, if you zoom in here, Julie, you can see there is a little bit of blight on the old leaves only.
Yeah.
But the new leaves are growing quicker than the old leaves are dying off.
Right.
So this is one of those remarkable Sharpo potatoes. It's actually one of the blight-proof ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you remember which one it is?
It should be marked on the raised bed.
Here we are. It's down here. Axona.
Yeah.
Sharpo Axona.
Yeah.
So we're going to dig these out soon.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing here is that this would be a very easy potato to breed from to raise new varieties, because look at that. Look at all that fruit.
The seeds.
Yeah, they're what they call the true seeds of the potato.
Right.
And you treat these just like tomato seeds. You leave these fruit on the windowsill until they go red. You have to be very careful if you've got children around that they don't eat them.
Yeah.
Because they're highly poisonous.
Yeah.
And then you just treat them just like tomato seeds and raise seedlings in the new year.
Right.
And if you want late potatoes, main crop, you wait for the ones that germinate later. And if you want early ones, that mature in 12, 13, 14 weeks, then you get the ones that germinate quicker.
Right, okay.
That's not what I've worked out. It's what I read in a Victorian gardening book.
And what's this? Look at these flowers.
Oh yeah, in flower. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very, very pale purple. They probably look white on the camera.
Yeah.
If you look at the ones down here, they've not been in the sun so much, and you can see they're a bit darker.
And these plants, folks, if you remember, these were planted before my mum was ill and that. That was back at the end of March, beginning of April, when these actually went in.
So how many weeks have these been in?
We'll say mid-April, so mid-April to mid-May to mid-June to mid-July to mid-August. They've been in 6 months.
6 months. Goodness
26
me.
weeks.
26 weeks. So when you eat these, you might find the odd one has gone a bit woody in the middle.
Right.
Because that's what happens if you leave them in too long.
Right.
But with a bit of luck, they'll be all right.
Yeah. But we boil ours for 45 minutes, so...
Well, even if you boil them for that long, if they've gone woody, you'll have a job breaking that down.
Right, okay. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, that's the one thing about some of the Sharpo potatoes, that it's a good idea to keep an eye on the calendar and dig them up after 22 weeks or whatever.
Now, we've got some beans what have been left on here, haven't we, Nigel?
You could use those for seed if you wanted, I guess.
Now, that's what I'm wondering. Have they gone, have they changed colour inside?
Yeah.
Yes, they have.
Yes, they have, yeah. They're dark.
So these are Cobra, I think.
Yeah. But they're quite good beans, aren't they?
Yeah, so we could use these seeds for next year.
Yeah, it'd be worth saving those.
Yeah. Okay, folks, we'll be back shortly. We're going to, as I say, we're going to tidy this area up now. Okay, thanks a lot. See you later. Okay, folks, we've now cleared these raised beds out. Got rid of the climbing French beans. I've got a load of seed ones here for next year. And there are all the potatoes from one raised bed. I think it was one raised bed, wasn't it, Nigel?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, one raised bed.
Yep.
Sopo, axle, and the soil was no more than 5 inches, I would say.
Yeah.
5 inches deep. That's all we had, and that's what we got. Amazing stuff. So.
Oh, shall I take a look at the Loganberry?
Yeah, let's have it. Oh, thanks for reminding me, Nigel. So, as you can see from this angle, I'll take you around to the other side. I've weaved it all up. It's all been tied back, and that should be all nice for next year. And hopefully it will withstand the gales, because all the leaves should be off by then, I should hope. And yeah, you can see what difference, a little sweep. I've got to weed it all, but we're getting rid of all the major stuff first. There you are. Not bad, eh, Nigel?
And that's pretty good. Oh, can I show them this fork that we
Oh
found
yeah,
yesterday?
yeah.
Now, there's something unusual here. I'm not sure if Julie knew what it was.
No, I didn't, Nigel, until you told me.
You can see it's a fork, and unfortunately it's a bit damaged, but I'll probably be able to straighten that out fine. But there's something special about this fork. Just have a look at the tines. They're really thin at the end.
Yeah, as I found out when it went through my welly.
Yeah, they're really thin, and it tapers. And this is not a garden fork. You should never put this in the ground or use it for digging, because it's a manure fork. It's a lightweight fork, and you can chuck a load of manure off a trailer with this in just a few minutes because it's so lightweight. And the manure doesn't stick to it because the blades are sharp and tapered. It's specially designed for it. And they're quite difficult to get hold of these days. Right. So when that's repaired, that'll be quite a useful tool.
Okay, that's great.
Well, by the way, if you have a manure fork, don't lend it to anybody.
Right.
Because it comes back like this.
Okay.
Because people don't know how to look after them.
And it came to me like that, folks, because I got given it. Okay. Thanks, Nigel.